Hello and welcome to Tarot in the Dark. I'm your hostess, Melinda NailFanatic, coming to you on behalf of Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I woke up like this and I wanted to read for you. So let's see what messages want to come out for us today. I am grateful, I am thankful, I am blessed, I am power, I am wisdom, I am knowledge, I am intuition, I am energy, yes. I am love, I am peace, I am happiness, I am shadow, I am light, I am balance, I am creative, I am inspiration, I am divinity, I am human, I am spirit, I am expression, I am life, I am wealth, I am beauty, I am fun, I am playful, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am all that. The bag of chips, the potato salad, the napkin, the soda, the apple pie, the vanilla ice cream, the balloons, the table setting, the silverware, all the stuff that you didn't even know you want. I am all that. Yes, I am. So with that channeling through me immediately, I feel that it's important for us today to really affirm for ourselves the empowering perspectives and awareness that we have. I have two cards coming out for me together. We have the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Coins coming out together. I hear, I am dawning. I am the dawn. The Nine of Coins speaks about great gains, material gains. The Knight of Swords is about things happening very quickly. So I'm hearing that there is great gains coming in quickly, and these were things that you didn't necessarily see coming in. They're just coming in now. I also see that with these two cards, you've had some spiritual battles, but they're leading you to a greater sense of spiritual strength. So some of you have had to say things or endure. I'm hearing some of you have dealt with some harsh words. Some of you have dealt with somebody expressing themselves in a very brutal or unkind way. But ultimately, if that happened, I see you honoring yourself and taking care of yourself, as that Nine of Coins is also a card of self-sufficiency. It's a card of singleness. It's a card of joy in your singleness. It's a card of great gains. It's a card of being monetarily uh, compensated for your gifts, your talents, your spiritual and healing gifts and talents. Um, it's a card of, I'm hearing, I'm coming up. Okay, so I don't know what song that is. And I'm also, not always, I am also hearing the theme song from that one old show, Moving On Up to the East Side. I don't know what the heck, but you know what song I'm talking about. All right, the next card right off the top we have is Justice. Look at that. Whoa. So in this situation, somebody definitely defended their self and cut off a situation, deciding that, you know, I need to end this and this is going to benefit me. And you took the action and you did that. I feel like whoever you spoke to in this situation, like they didn't receive it so well, or they didn't want to hear it. They were guarded to it. They might have argued with you with that Nine of Swords. He can be argumentative. He can be harsh. He can be cruel, right? So I feel, though, that ultimately these gains are here to provide justice for all that you've been through. I also feel like this is going to create big balance in your life. I feel like somebody has gotten through some strong taboos and some childish, I'm hearing childish behavior being cut through with that Knight of Swords, so that maturity can come in, right? Maturity can come in, so balance can be achieved. In a relationship, I feel like there's a strong conversation, a very pivotal conversation that shows one another the values either of each other or themselves, which leads to greater balance. So if you're in a couple relationship, your couple relationship doesn't necessarily mean that it's over, but it can also be achieving balance. For some of you, though, with the Justice card there, commitments and long-term relationships could definitely be over. Especially when you take Justice next to the Nine of Coins, because the Nine of Coins is definitely a card of a single person. Okay? But what didn't feel fair and balanced, what felt off, what just didn't feel right before, is being set right now. So let's look at the next card off the top of the deck. We have the Five of Swords. And I hear this is somewhere you never wanted to go. This is the no man's land of plan. Like, no man planned for this. But we've got to take the middle of the road right now, right? So, I see, even in moving forward here, whatever you let go of was very difficult for you to let go of. Whether this is an ingrained belief, whether this is a relationship, whether this was again, an ingrained belief, an idea, a plan. And I feel like if you spoke harshly, if you were the one to speak harshly, or whoever was the one that was like talking out the side of their neck, just talking shit, not really trying to agree, not trying to cooperate, not trying to hear. There's a little bit, maybe some regret, some back and forth, some cross current energy there, maybe a little bit. Okay, for somebody. Let's go ahead and, well, hold on a minute before we go anywhere. The Five of Swords is a card of win or lose. I'm in this. Win or lose, I am in this. Okay. So maybe even where something has ended, maybe you haven't fully withdrawn. Maybe you're still in it, but you're taking more of a non-active role in your communication. The Five of Swords is, I'm just going to sit here in the middle and see how this plays out, because I'm in the middle. See, I spoke of, first off, I received the Five of Swords in this way just within the last couple of days. As I've been reading tarot for for several years now. I don't know how long. I didn't mark the day anywhere, but the Justice card has the scales there, and they're grounded in the center, and a scale on each side. And so what was shown to me with the Five of Swords within the last few days was the Five of Swords is balanced thought, actually. Balanced thought. Balanced, but separate also. So it's like a detached, balanced thought. It's like, okay, you know what? I know that this isn't going to serve either of us in a way that we desire, in a way of our what we thought we were going to have. However, this is the road that we need to go down. This is the hard truth that needs to be accepted. This is doing the difficult thing because we know that ultimately this is the best. So that's where there's a little bit of conflicting thoughts about it. It's like, this isn't what I wanted to do, But here we are. So, um, we're going to go through this. It's not the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is where all the pain and disappointment is. The Five of Swords has already gone through the healing and the recuperation of the Four of Swords. And it just presents another challenge, right? But after you get through this challenge, you get to the Six of Swords where you finally get to move forward, right? And then what do you move forward into? Another challenge with the Seven. Okay, but alignment is coming. And the thing of it is, you're going to move forward through this. So I feel like anywhere where you've cut something off, anywhere where you've created balance, like it's definitely like presenting some challenge. For some of you, this could be a challenge of how am I going to accomplish A, B, and C without those resources? Or how am I going to move forward in this situation when it's evolved in this or that way? Okay. And so trying to see the solutions. In the Five of Swords, you're open for solutions or you're having a lack of seeing them. Either way you go, the solutions are available, and you're in the middle. You're in the middle. It's a pivoting point. It's a changing point. This, for some relationship that has been cut off, where somebody really like did not want this to happen, I feel that this is an opportunity to have a complete change in perspective, a change of thought, a change of mind. Yes. Mm. All right, let's see. Next card out of the deck, we have, wow, the Ten of Cups. Love, love, love. So here we go, confirmation. Going through the difficult time, going through this challenge is going to give you this opportunity to have your Ten of Cups. And what is a Ten of Cups? It means, literally, this is what I'm hearing. This is interesting. It means that all of your serotonin receptors are full. What are your serotonin receptors? Within the confines of your skull, you find your physical brain. That physical brain has, listen, and I'm going to divulge a little bit of my dark right now. While we're doing tarot in the dark, let me tell you a little bit about my dark. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. I'm not all the way awake yet. So, anyways, back in the day when I got caught selling marijuana, I got sentenced to do drug classes. And what I learned at drug classes was people who do methamphetamines, cocaine, these different stimulants like this, what they do is the human brain has 100% of its serotonin receptors. And the way the teacher displayed it was like in your brain there are little pockets, little cups, right? And your body naturally emits serotonin. You emit more when you have sex, when you exercise, when you create amazing things, when you're having fun, when you're dancing, when you're doing all these things that make you happy, right? You emit serotonin. Well, what happens is when people, and somebody needs to understand this about, what I'm channeling is somebody needs to understand this about their loved one. When people do hard drugs, especially these chemically based drugs, what happens is the brain becomes overflooded with serotonin, especially in the case of cocaines and methamphetamines, is where I'm hearing and remembering this, okay? And so what happens is the 100% of serotonin receptors become filled. So there's all this excess serotonin that the body does not naturally produce, and it's floating around in the brain, but it cannot continue to float around in the brain. So what happens is the brain will then immediately create new serotonin receptors in order to absorb all this excess serotonin. So now you have somebody who's high, they're blissful, they're chatty, they're just having a ball, right? Yay! Woo! Right. But then what happens when the drug wears off? Well, when the drug wears off, the brain goes back to naturally producing this happy drug, this happy hormone called serotonin. Okay. And it will never produce it and I'm seeing en masse, ENMMASSE. Why is that so important? En masse, like these drugs did. So now, as a result of using these drugs, the person's number of serotonin receptors, I'm hearing, let's say they've doubled. They've doubled because of the usage of these chemicals. And so what happens now is to get 100% filled with serotonin requires twice the work or more drugs, because the original amount of serotonin receptors you had were relative to the max production, maximum natural production of serotonin within your human capacity. But because some have pushed their body to create more serotonin receptors, those serotonin receptors do not disappear once they have been created in the brain. They will be there. They will not go away. So now the human who wants to quit drugs must exert additional efforts in order to fill all their serotonin receptors again. Now, remembering that full, 100% full serotonin receptors equals blessedness. Ah, having fun, good time, party, 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 right? Okay. So what happens is, whoever your loved one is that you're dealing with this issue of drug usage, this is why they get really down and depressed, because their body had an experience that gave them an increased amount of serotonin receptors, yet the natural body never had anything to stimulate more serotonin production to fill those, because it was in a natural act that it even has more receptors, right? So now your loved one requires extra. And I keep hearing, this is where you get your thrill seekers. Huh? People who like to jump out of planes and freaking go swim with the sharks and um, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Thrill seeking, and people that do whoa wild stuff that is like so scary. Okay, here we go. Here's the word we're looking for. The societal label that we're coming up with to label on them. I really don't like that, as you can tell by my sarcasm, is adrenaline junkies. And this is where you get a lot of adrenaline junkies. Okay. So, what I see here is there's a person who took and had created excess for themselves in drug usage, right? Within their mental capacities. They decided to quit the drugs. And it gave them a depression of sorts. It took their passion for life away. They just couldn't get happy no more. They need to understand. And so, in their lack of understanding, their body is constantly going to lead you to the medicine that the soul needs through its cravings, right? So they began to behave maybe daredevilish or adrenaline junkie-ish in doing more wild and daring things. And so now you have this understanding of how that is playing into your experience with this person, right? Also, back to the other story. You had a situation come your way and you said, this is not for me. Somebody spoke to you in a way that was disrespectful. Somebody attacked you verbally. Somebody would not open their mind to receive the light that you were trying to put down and share. And so you decided to go off and receive your gains and, create balance by creating this separation that is still linked and going the middle road. I'm hearing going the middle road. And I'm hearing for you, your 10 cups will be filled. Your 10 cups are coming to be full. You have 10 full cups there ahead of you. So if you're still, I feel like you may be in that Five of Swords energy. It was like, I'm neither here nor there. Kind of just woke up this way, like this video, right? I just woke up this way. Just woke up this way. Don't know what's gonna happen next. There's some mystery here. It's like whatever come what may. I'm in this. I'm still here, right? Um, but I do see 10 of Cups, and 10 of Cups is the happy, joy, bliss, happy life, happy wife, happy family, happy home. I am feeling bliss in this, in the 10 of Cups. So the next card is the Death card. Wow. Total transformation here. Hmm. I hear if you're dealing, and this is a hard message to deliver, so somebody really needs it. Um, by the way, if you're a reader and you ever have something come to your intuition that you're like, fuck, I don't want to say that. I really don't want to say that. That's fucked up. I really don't want to say it, right? That's when you really need to say it. Because your intuition is giving you the message that is needed most. Okay? So, if you're dealing with this person that I have elaborated on and explaining drug usage in the past, where this person has either tried, or maybe this person got themselves in legal troubles and so now they're in a withdrawal period, right? They can't use drugs because if they use drugs they're going to get locked back up, right? um I feel like this person, honestly, if they reach out to you, it would be very advantageous for you to be, um, first off, as long as it suits you, right? Because your judgment comes into this. But if this person reaches out to you in a very depressed state, do not ignore them. Because the Death card coming up with the 10 of Cups after the 5 of Swords is showing me that there is a death here. And I did hear that for somebody, like, this is somebody's demons coming up on them so hard. So when I what I see in this is this person who had this depression, this, for some, this is a mental illness. It's created a or they already had the mental illness and that's why they went into the drug usage, right? But this person is in a state of noticing the lack of bliss, right? Because I'm seeing, even though all these cards are upright, I am now seeing, as I'm discussing this storyline, the 10 of Cups in reverse. None of their serotonin receptors are filled, and all they can think about is death. So I'm gonna be blunt and just say this out here. Somebody's loved one who had drug usage in the past or has mental issues or both is feeling depressed and they are suicidal. So if you get reached out to somebody, please first off understand, nobody's suicide is ever anybody who's living's fault. It's not nobody's fault. It's a personal choice. That person can't deal with things anymore. And being a survivor of suicide, as those of you who know me well, um, being a survivor of suicide, you have to honor that that is a choice, a free will choice that they have. And that when the physical 3D vessel sees no way out, sometimes that's the only way they can find bliss and peace and joyfulness again, is by going into spirit fully. Okay, so that's a tough message to deliver. Also for somebody else, a person who, this could be in regards to their anger, to their mental illness, again, or to drug usage. Somebody's going to have a relapse. There's going to be a relapse for somebody. They will relapse into, for somebody, this could be relapsing into violent behavior. This could be relapsing into, like I said, drug usage. This could be relapsing into something really ugly. However, for someone else, and I feel for more of my audience, I feel like the low vibration circumstances, maybe it's around you, but I don't feel like it's you. If you watch this channel, you're a very high vibration person. So let's go back to your experience in these cards, because God channels all sorts of messages through the same damn cards. Just like you could mix and jumble words together in different ways, right? Or one comma changes the whole meaning. Same thing with tarot. Um, for those of you who just made a decision to separate from something, even though it was hard because you just didn't know what to do anymore, first off, you're finding a joy that is going to completely transform your life right now. There is 10 full cups for you. Your cups are not reversed. Those cups is full. They are full of joy. They are full of love. They are full of accomplishment. It's like once you eliminated this low vibration undertow of energy that person, the situation, whatever that experience was, that you just moved on out of, right? It's like you cut the weights that were weighing you under the tide of water, under the ocean, and now you can breathe again. You know, and you're feeling really good. And this is completely changing your life. Let's pull another card here. The death card, though, before I pull this card, the death card says, nothing will ever be the same again. It's a complete transformation. Okay. The Five of Coins. Whoa. The Five of Coins comes out next. So, fives, again, middle of the road. Neither here nor there. Right? Anywhere where you are dealing with a person who has mental illness, drug issues, anywhere where somebody is dealing with a suicide right now, yeah, you're going to be dealing with abandonment issues for sure. I'm not going to lie. For somebody, this is going to build up abandonment issues, trigger strong abandonment issues within you. For that person who is dealing with this drug, okay, thank you. This person who is dealing with suicide, drugs, relapsing, whatever that addictive behavior was that they have relapsed into, they're going to, the transformation that's coming for them is they're finally, I'm hearing, the transformation that's coming to them is they're finally facing their abandonment issues. For those who will come out of this situation successful, physically breathing in the 3D, they will successfully overcome their abandonment issues. Trust and believe that. For those of you who are dealing with somebody who has committed suicide or who has relapsed, I just see you needing to self-care a lot, because you're going to be coming up with your own abandonment issues. You're going to be feeling like, why did this person leave me to go do that? Like, that wasn't nice. And I'm so sad, and very low vibe thoughts, right? The bottom of the deck, though, here is the Seven of Swords, and that is saying to me, like, this is all part of a master plan. This is all part of a divine plan. You have to understand, like, it was gotta take a shit urge on your soul that you do something that was very hard for you to do. And the repercussions of that, you're not responsible for others' feelings or actions. Unless you have intentionally wished, intended, or inserted malice, harsh, or good, or bad intentions. There we go. Bad intentions or ugliness to the other. Like, you're not responsible. And anywhere where you're dealing with suicide, please remember you're not responsible. For the longest time, like I used to always tell my, because I got married young, and he was the one who gave me some cold, hard truth, the person that I was married to at the time. I will never forget. You know, maybe my dad wouldn't have killed himself if I had gone with him that day. Maybe he would not have set himself on fire in front of my high school if I had just gone and walked and talked with him that day that he showed up at my school. But I was so afraid. And my ex-husband looked at me and he said to me, Melinda, if you would have went with your father, he would have killed you too. And when he said that, it tugged on the strings of resonance within my heart. And that was like one of the coldest, hardest truths I ever had to hear. For some of you, that's the type of energy that's come up. You have either delivered or received a harsh truth. And that has caused this energy of yeah, well, I'm fine on my own. I don't want to hear it. I'm just gonna cut this off. I don't need to listen to you. Like la la. I get this la 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 la. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. It's stupid, childish shit, right? That's what I get. And I see this person going off to play and trying to go see where their happiness is, whoever that is that's dealing with that type of mentality. But what's going to happen is they're going to find that they should have listened, and now they're out there in the cold by themselves dancing around, and their fingers got wax on them because they wouldn't fucking listen because their ears were so full of wax they couldn't hear clear. And that is very symbolic and very literal for different ones of you. I'm not even lying. Wow. Okay, so I've been shuffling my Shadowscapes tarot deck, and we're just going to clarify this. Who wants to go deeper? I want to go deeper. I have time. My grandsons aren't awake yet. Which is, just for those of you like who are always with the show, like how come Melinda sometimes she's so well put together, she's in her studio, she got her makeup on, and sometimes Melinda just be wearing last night's makeup doing tarot in the dark? Well, the reason why is because I have a very busy life, and yeah, my grandsons wake up and I'm busy. I'm busy. And that's just it. I have such a hard time focusing with them when they're awake, and my tarot, I get distracted easier. So, all right, let's go deeper. And why somebody needs to have me talking about that on my show. Like, this is the type of stuff when I watch other tarot readers and I hear them explain themselves, I swear to God, I'll be sitting there like, you don't owe nobody, you don't know explanations. Please get on with the tarot reading. And where is that the perfect advice that you needed during this tarot reading? Okay. First card we had come out is the, what is this? Hard to see. Oh, the Hermit. That's a Hermit? Little tiny ass letters trying to read tarot in the dark. It's the Hermit, and it came out in reverse. The Hermit came out in reverse. The Hermit upright. This is soul searching. This is soul searching. This is going deep within yourself, looking for the solutions, right? And because it came out in the reverse, I see that, you know, and this goes over the Knight of Swords. It's coming over the Knight of Swords. So what I see is like, and you said, I have a situation here that is very low vibration, and I need to defend myself against this. And so what do? I have this person, for some of you, this could be a child that you're dealing with. Somebody is dealing with a child who had drug issues in the past, or who had addictive issues in the past, whatever. And you say, no longer can I hide from this. In my soul searching, now I know what I need to do. Somebody is, hey, there's another person here who is, I don't want to hear it. I'm just going to go be by myself. This person I'm picking up on right now is extremely withdrawn to their self. They are always a hermit. As a matter of fact, you're a hermit more than you're supposed to be a hermit, whoever you are. Because here's the thing. If it's causing separation, it's not causing connection. And it's a reason why you're here on planet Earth, filled with a whole bunch of things and people to connect to. And so I see somebody here who is fighting a truth. Somebody who doesn't want to hear someone else's truth, going into a severe hermit mode. Somebody who doesn't want to face their truth. Somebody who is afraid to face their own negative thought patterns, behaviors, speech patterns, their own creation of negativity they don't want to face. And so they keep running from that and hiding deeper, thinking that, hey, if I just keep going within, no, honey, the situation you created was with another. You're not going to be able to fix it by yourself. This is why forgiveness, and yes, you can talk to their spirit, because that's what I hear. Well, I talk to their spirit and let them know. Yeah, bitch, but you a 3D. Human. In a physical vessel. No, you shouldn't go chase down everybody from your past to offer them apology. But going off onto yourself is perpetuating the cycle of that negative thought pattern. Somebody else finally came out. They've been asking themselves, what do I do? They've been soul searching. They've been trying to understand. They've been trying to understand. So they finally, I can't help. I just got to blurt this out. Somebody just blurt something out, right? Over the Nine of Coins, the next card we had out was the Nine of Coins. Let's clarify that with the next card off the top. We have, here we go with this vision again. Hold on. The Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, and it came out also in reverse. Whoa. The Six of Pentacles in reverse is here informing us that, you know, this person decided, I'm shutting down my giving and receiving. There's no more sharing here. I'm not going to share anymore. And so that's what somebody said. Somebody was like, you know what? I've been asking myself. I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I've gone into hermit mode. I got so deep into hermit mode that, like, I almost lost myself in hermit land. And you know what? I have decided that I can't give to this anymore. I need to take care of me. I need to take care of myself. Going from the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles is that giving and receiving, that sharing energy, that plenty to spare and to share energy. And it came out in reverse, and it literally spoke to me and said, we're just not going to give any more to this at all. We have nothing more to share at this time. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to refocus here, right? The Justice card is the next one out, and it's being clarified by the Empress. Love. Okay, these are major arcanas. I don't always like to mention major arcanas as zodiac signs. I don't like to always mention zodiac signs, but I am hearing that, hey, somebody's got a strong, and you're aware of this already, and you are very conscious of it, and you think about this often, but you have a Libra and a Taurus energy in your chart for some of you. Okay. The Justice. I see that the ending of the situation has created a lot of room for growth, for abundance, for harvest time. I'm hearing where you've decided to stop giving your energy to the external world for satisfaction, expecting it to satisfy you in return, and pouring that energy into yourself with the Nine of Pentacles, right? Now what you're going to find is a fruitful harvest follows. You're going to find that you acquire more stability, love, wealth, health. You're even going to look more beautiful. I'm hearing you're even going to physically appear more beautiful. Libras are very, what I've seen as I've learned more and more about how the signs are identified of the zodiac, they say Libra is very flashy. They're all about their dressing and their appearance and, you know, what they look like to the world. But also the Empress, she is the epitome of a woman. Like, she is the I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can read your thoughts right now. Everyone from A to Z. It's like she is everything. She's intuitive. She's beautiful. She's healthy. She is loving, nurturing, and kind. She's everything, right? So it's like in choosing to re-channel your focus of love. And I'm hearing that reading that I did the other day of refocusing love in yourself, I think it was called. It leads you to growth. First off, growth, balance, opportunities, fortunate circumstances, feeling like life is on my side. Everything I wanted shows up. I am wealthy. I am blessed. I am prosperous. This is the energy that it's leaving you sit in at this time. as a side effect of the choices you've made. So let's clarify this Five of Swords now, because this is what's going on with you. I really feel like this is what's going on with you. Again, some of y'all cut somebody off, cut off a situation to honor yourself. Like you, Jan Van Zant comes up in my mind. I saw her on Oprah's Soul Session. One of the videos came up on my YouTube stream years ago, and I never let it go. I always remembered her because she said, "You are God's first representation of Himself in this experience. So the first thing you need to do is love yourself and overflow with love so much that it can then shower those around you. But if you're busy giving your love to everyone else, you're not filling your own cup. And you are therefore not honoring the divine gift that you have, which your closest connection to God is in your own self. Because you are the gift that God gave you. Okay? So, as you've done that, now let's move forward with clarifying this Five of Swords. We have the Death card coming out in reverse. So here we have somebody who is like, this change that I instituted, I don't know, I literally hear, I don't know where it's taking me. And we also have, I feel like the party that was taken by surprise in this is saying, I don't want this change. I don't want this change. Yeah, well, there's nothing you could do to get away from it. It is what the fuck it is. So you better get with where you're at and move forward, right? You keep moving forward. I had Kim Daswell was one of our viewers, and she always carried that with her as a phrase, keep moving forward, as a motto, keep moving forward. And it came from the movie Meet the Robinsons. And since we have abandonment issues here, I'd like for you, if you have abandonment issues, if you're highly resonant with these fluctuations due to serotonin levels and emotional abandonment issues and fear of being left out, whatever it is, please go watch Meet the Robinsons. It's a cute little Disney, Pixar, whatever, I don't know, DreamWorks Studios film. And it deals with an orphan. And boy, if I didn't resonate with that orphan, you know what I'm saying? Watch it. If you've seen it already, I want you to watch it again with the spiritual eyes, with the spiritual ears. And pay attention. Pay attention to what is the mentality of these characters. How are they interacting with one another? How are they influencing one another? Pay attention to these things. Sorry, not sorry. There's a lot of awesome wealth to be derived from movies, children and adult movies alike. So, the Ten of Cups. And you know what? Last night I was trying to think of a movie, and I'm remembering it today. Somebody needs to go watch on Netflix. There's a movie called Fallen. I think it's on Netflix. It might have been Hulu, but whatever. It was called Fallen. And it's not the Denzel Washington or the other version. It's like a teeny bopper, almost like a very, very Twilighty, but it's just one movie. And it's called Fallen. And I was resonant with that movie. I was highly resonant with that movie. It was talking about angels and love. And a rebel angel who really just believed in love as opposed to light and dark. They just believed in love. So, where are we at? Five of Swords clarified by the Death card in reverse. And here we have that person again, playing with the idea of, I don't like my life. I don't like this change. Nothing, everything is fucked up. You know, this person is very like, right now. And for some of you, I feel like there's this battle going on within you between feeling that way and then feeling the Ten of Cups too within yourself about the decision you've had to make. because you had to pull your energy back from somewhere where you really loved sending it. Like you loved being involved with this person, this situation, this circumstance, and you was like, I just can't do it no more. I just can't do it no more. It's draining me. I'm lowering my vibration. I can't do it no more. Let's clarify this Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups coming out with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Ten of Cups coming out with Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. This says that, you know what? Love will come and replace anger is what I'm hearing with that Ten of Cups clarified by the Queen of Wands in reverse. I hear love is going to replace anger. Don't worry. Love is going to replace anger. And I also hear your divine fire is going to bring all these inspired reasons for you to touch love again, to touch bliss again, for you to sit in bliss, okay, right now and moving forward. The Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody, for somebody who you're dealing with is a Leo, Aries, Sag. I'm hearing Leo, right? Somebody is a Leo, Aries, Sag. This person is very charismatic. They're very outgoing. They're like the life of the party. Yeah, I'm the life of the party. You know, they can be very funny, very entertaining, great conversation. They know how to mix and mingle and have a good time, and they can be very creative, and the thing about it is when it's in reverse, they can be very destructive. They can use their charisma in an underhanded way. They could use their influence over other people's fire to start unnecessary fucking fires. Okay? And so I feel like anywhere where you were holding on to doubts and conflicts with that Five of Swords and Death card energy over what you have let go, anywhere where you've been holding on to that, I feel like what you're going to see is, no, it had to come to an end. The Ten of Cups is also, 10 is always about completion and new beginnings, right? So it had to come to an end because this destructive quality, like I just cannot entertain this destructive quality. For some people, the Queen of Wands, when she's in reverse, like this come to an end through domestic violence. I'm not going to lie. Somebody has dealt with domestic violence and it came to an end there. Right? Or some of you had an ending. Okay, oh snap. During the time of Libra last year, which would have been late September to late October, you had a really loving, fruitful period with this partner. And I feel that why they're giving this to me this way right now, okay, but I feel that that was short-lived because come November time, you kept getting this idea like, oh my God, I can't take this into next year with me. You started having doubts set in. You started having doubts set in because some cycles started showing up that frightened you within this situation. And come December, there was a situation that was very difficult. Somebody was abused, and they emotionally they knew that it was done back in December. Now we come to January, and clarifying the Death card, we have the Lovers card. Whoa, coming to January, the Death of the Lovers card. Interesting, because I'm getting so much off of this Lovers card. Lovers is, first off, Death card is Scorpio. Lovers card is Gemini. Some of you watching this, you know about Scorpio and Gemini, and you got it together. Either you do or they do in their chart. Scorpio and Gemini. Okay. Well, regardless of the signs and your knowledge of your chart, there was a divine partnership that come January is reached its end. It's like this partnership, we have walked together as far as we can for this time in the physical 3D. A death had to come because of Is it because of the violence? Is it because of the abuse? Was it physical abuse? Emotional abuse is what I get more of. Emotional abuse. Emotional abuse with that Ten of Cups and that Queen of Wands in reverse. I'm getting emotional abuse, right? So now we have some energy of now that this partnership has come to a place where it's never going to be the same again. Because remember when I said the death card comes in and it's never going to be the same. Anywhere where you've cut this divine partner of yours off, they will never again be the same either. This is a total life transformation. Neither of you will ever be the same again moving forward. Some of you are walking into a divine partnership with a Scorpio. Some of you are saying, death to partnership. I'm going to work on connecting myself to myself, because that one crazy chick that does sometimes tarot in this cute little room, and then the other time she do tarot in the dark, and she in her fucking blanket and naked, and she said that everybody's looking for real love, and the real love you're looking for is with yourself. And everybody out here talking about twin flame this, twin flame that, but really the authentic twin flame is you. You are your own twin flame, and when you do that, you'll find twin flame energy with everyone you resonate with, who comes into these experiences with you. But the true divine connection is within the self, and somebody's, I see you more making that a point of focus for yourself. Moving forward, let's clarify, and I do feel for some of you this will be for February. Clarify this Five of Coins with the Justice card in reverse. Justice card in reverse. So I'm hearing like the abandonment issues will come up a little bit in February for some of you. And for some of you, you're in that energy now, right? But abandonment issues coming up in February. Justice card in reverse. Either somebody, this person, because this separation has had to happen, like there's this feeling alone, feeling left out in the cold, like, oh my God, why do I always choose lovers that I have to leave? Why do I always choose lovers that leave me? It's so unfair. Everything is so unfair. I really don't like leaving the reading off there. I really don't like reading the reading off there. I also see in this, because I said that, because what I know is it doesn't matter which direction the card comes up. Every card has positive and negative meanings, and just because it's upright or reversed, in my world, could represent any form of duality. It doesn't mean positive or negative annotations, right? So what I was just shown is there's another meaning to the Five of Pentacles that we haven't discussed yet, which is very valid and important, and it applies. The five is about change. The fifth element, ether, spirit, source, okay? This is about changing your physical world using the power of spirit, using the power of ether, using the power of the divine source to change your physical world. And this duality of the justice in reverse as it came out, what it's showing me is spiritual justice. What this is saying to me is moving forward, some of you, especially viewers who are really tuned and tapped and turned on, doing the work on yourself and all that stuff, you taking responsibility for yourself. Shoot, you connected to your divine masculine, divine feminine within yourself. You became your own twin flame. Well, in that case, let me tell you, baby, you got some magic you had untapped into, and the universe is in full support. And it's like everything that you wanted, you are attracting, you are magnetic. It's coming in, and it's going to change your life. And you're about to see all these changes in a magical, mystical, esoteric, hermetic way. Because the Five of Pentacles is the card of spirituality. It's where there's people who feel physically there's nothing, but yet there's always spiritual support. So there's some people who go through Five of Pentacles energy. They say, okay, there's nothing in my physical world I want to look at. Let me go into spirit right quick. I'm just gonna tap into my spiritual truths. I'm gonna work with God. I'm gonna say some prayers. I'm gonna find something to be grateful for. I'm going to find things I love about myself. Mention the positive aspects, right? And in doing that, whatever didn't seem fair becomes overturned. You create justice in your life. You change situations. The Justice card is Libra again. Okay, that Libra energy is in Justice card coming up again. And, oh, I'm hearing that this feeling of abandonment and dealing with that at this time is definitely leading you to overturn all injustices, because in reality, the external world is going to be a reflection of what's going on inside. No, you don't control everything every other person does. However, your response to it is so valid, so important, and that's where you have power to control the experiences that come into resonance with you, the experiences that you take on, the experiences that you will have and live and see and do and be. And I just see you really making a huge shift in how you deal with your physical world, dealing with it more inwardly, creating inward justice and outward justice. This is somebody who was feeling a lot of abandonment, who begins to really pay attention to their spiritual truth and use that to shift the energy of abandonment over their life. So that's really good. That is really good. For some of you, the death that we talked about on this loved one, they're not going to physically die, but they are going to go through a death. And this being by their self is going to help them create spiritual justice for themselves, in the sense of they're going to cut off these feelings of abandonment. They're going to cut off the energy of, and I just feel like this person, it's going to be tough for them. It's not like all of a sudden they're going to be on the right path mentally. No. They're going to go back and forth between, this is fucked up, this sucks, I hate my life, to, I'm actually okay. And you know what? God loves me. And I'm not really ever alone. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be that gameplay going on. So some of you want to know what's going on with your lover moving forward. I feel that energy. Let me get something, a positive note to leave off for my viewers, and this will be the last messages we have. The Six of Cups is here to say that, you know, there will be a return. There will be a return. This is dealing with childhood issues. And there's definitely a strong soul connection. And clarifying that, as a final card today, we have the Ten of Cups coming out. And it did come out in reverse, right? So I feel like there will be a return to bliss. Know this. Moving forward, there will be a return to bliss. All right, so with all that being said and done, oh, and they're showing me numerology right now. It's been a while. We haven't got a lot. I've been telling that to God. Like, why we haven't, you know, we have a lot of abilities, talents, and knowledge that we haven't touched on in a while. So they're saying, now that's why you're going to use numerology before you leave. 6 plus 10 equals 16. 1 is about self-power, authority over the self, direction, leadership, and decision, as above, so below. 6 is about harmony, balance on both sides, creative balance on both sides. 1 plus 6 is about 7. There's our spiritual completeness. And with all of that being said and done, we are complete. Thank you for liking this video, sharing, subscribing, being tuned and tapped and turned on. Thank you for choosing me to be your favorite reader. Thank you for asking God to deliver your messages through here and tuning in. I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at lphtarot.com. As in, love, peace, and happiness to you and yours, and of course, me and mine. Until next time. Yeah, baby. Love you. Bye.